All right, now we are live on day 54. Give it up for day 54. Anyways, we are going to be focused mainly on the world map today. We're finishing up, well, we started a bit on it yesterday. We're going to get a bit more into it today. This is going to sort of be the first iteration through on the map to get all of the different zones in place. We might not have all the sub-zones, but we're going to get the zones all thrown on the map, all outlined where you can traverse. We're going to come back to this many times, but we're going to focus on this for a little bit for the quaternary phase. We're going to start planning our rework as well. We're going to try to clean up some of the file structures, but that's not really a today thing. That's going to be more of a tomorrow thing, or later, or something. Just not today. Today we are 100% going to be focused on our map. Well, not 100%, but you get the gist of what I'm getting to. We're going to be looking at the map. We're going to be adding some zones. We're going to be building things out. Yeah, we're going to try to get some things placed on the map where they sort of look good. Now that we've got the map editor, we might as well get all these in place. I've got an idea of roughly what sort of levels we're looking at for each of them as well. I just want to get all these in place so we can sort of start throwing or figure out how many different mobs we need, how many different environments. We can sort of plan out some of the buildings, plan out some of the NPC stuff, all that fun stuff right there. So, without further ado, I think I should pop open our current state, shouldn't I? Let me just go run / man, get the server up, because I did a little bit more editing and puttering around yesterday at the end, which means that I have some things to show you. And I think the best way to go about that is going to be to pop into the game and run around a bit, don't you think? So, once this actually pops up on the screen, without waiting too long on this, there we go. We can pop this back off of the screen and we are good. So if I load in onto Imp here, you will see that we are at the end of the forest where it was originally. This is in the donut part. But if we go south, we will start to enter the dark forest, or the deep forest. I forget what I called it. Yeah, deep forest, which is what we started to look at yesterday. So I've sort of drawn up all of the different walls here. We are looking at a roughly 3-minute start here. So we're going to run through. I'm not really going to go around behind. I'm not sure entirely what I want density-wise for like NPC and village sort of stuff. I think basically where we spawned in, there's going to be sort of an outpost. I'm thinking around here we're also gonna put sort of like a village dweller or a farm or something. We're gonna do something back here. There's gonna be an NPC who is important for some of the stuff happening around in the forest. So as we move into the deepest part of the forest here, this is another donut zone. We got the area in the middle. That's where we're going to be putting a boss soon enough. We're going to be putting that's probably where we'll put the second boss, honestly. Not the second boss to fight, but when we make a second boss. Because right now we've only got the orc. And the orc is like your tutorial level boss. Like, that's just getting you into things. It's to let players run through the first little part of the game. You're probably going to be able to fight that boss by like level 5 or something like that. Something ridiculous. Like, it's tutorial quest stuff. But this one here is going to be the werewolf. It's going to be... I think most of the bosses are going to be pushed for higher levels. This over here is the the life pool, Serenity. We're not actually going to go into there. It's completely empty at the moment. So I know I have to clean up a couple of other things with the map editor related to mobs for these zones that weren't fully, they're kind of just around. I kind of need to delete them. But we're going to be adding a couple of other zones today. We're going to add in the cliffs. We're going to add in the beach. We're going to add in the mountains and the ravine. And that'll be all of our baseline areas. Like, that's the world. That's what we're going to build out with that. Holy, I can't fight this shade. It can't hit me, but I can't kill it. Okay, you got a man. And I missed. And I missed. And it hit me. There we go. Those are sort of easy fixes as well. We just increase the shot speed if we want it to hit the players more. So these are the resources that we're going to have to remove so that we can rebuild. We should probably give HP regen at some point. That might be a nice little thing as well. We are almost through the forest. So this area back here is... This took us a good 3.5 minutes to run all the way through as well. I think that gives us a nice sized forest that's roughly 6 minutes if you wanted to cross the whole thing. Well, actually, it's closer to 5 minutes if you wanted to cross the whole thing through the forest and through the deep forest. Oh man, I should have gone on the other side of this. So, now that we've run through that, I think I'm going to do a couple of things here. I need you to add some more zones and some sub zones. Oh, I completely forgot about the what's it called? The lighthouse. Completely forgot about the lighthouse zone as well. Some more zones and sub zones. I need you to add one beach zone at make it out of 3 sub zones. 2 connects off of the town spawn. Let me just move ahead. There we go. Our arrow reset, and that's why that took so long to load in. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna do the beach. We're going to do that connecting off of the town spawn. Add 2 cliffs. Connects off of zone. Make it out of 3 subzones. Connects off of the beach. 3 lighthouse, or I should call this what it is, ancient lighthouse. Zone, make it out of, yeah, let's do 3 subzones. We're gonna do main floor, connects off of cliffs. 2 ravine, connects between, I gotta double check what the actual, where is the data zones? Forest canopy. Let's keep this consistent zone. Make it out of 4 subzones. connects between Forest Canopy and Danger Dungeon. Why did I put this as a 2? This is a 4. There we go. And then Mountain 5. Mountains zone. Make it out of 5 subzones. These are probably numbers that'll get modified around. Actually, no, let's do 4 subzones. Connects along behind ravine. Connects to Forest Canopy, Ravine, and Serenity. And then 6, Mountain Village Zone. Make it out of 1 subzone, deep in the mountains. So we'll see how Claude kind of putts around with those. In the meantime, I'm going to run through the forest to show you the rest of what I finished editing around. I wasn't quite sure what to make things look like, how to shape them up. So we've got what we've got right now. That's basically all I can say. And I never get lucky on the route. I should probably double check that the route still works. Ouch. So we know that's off to the orc there. I haven't moved around all of the nodes yet. I've really just put in the out of bounds areas. So there's a few interspersed through. We've actually got a couple of things spawned in them. That's good. Middling area. I kind of wanted this part to be like the opposite of the donut zone. So this is kind of just like a long windy path with lots of empty areas in the middle of things. Do 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 do. This is going to be an area that goes off to the town right over here. I think I actually might have connected it, but basically these are going to be blocked. You're going to have to complete sort of the tutorial quests before, or not necessarily tutorial quests, but basically you're going to have to complete some of the low-level quests that conclude with you fighting the orc boss, and that will allow you to actually get through there to sort of unlock that shortcut for you. Then I have not placed really anything in here. We're gonna have to take a look at this. Yeah, not much happens here. Just want to see that I'm actually able to... No, still haven't seen a route. Still haven't seen anything... wow. Still haven't seen it get a route. So, once we have our base zones, we're going to go move them around, make sure that we set everything up in sort of good locations relative to one another. Where'd my thing go? Where'd my bot go? My bot vanished. What is this? Ah, there it is. It's not doing the best, but I mean, it's doing, that's for sure. Oh, what do we got? I heard something. Hey, QWERTY, how's it going? Thinking about making a digital ant farm project. That sounds fun. Why a digital ant farm though? I imagine one of those like the glass box that you put all the dirt in, and then you put the ants in, and then you get the ant colony, right? That is true. So I'm gonna pull up the map editor here. Go run that stuff. Map editor, here we go. We will get this up and we can actually start taking a look through some of these other parts of the zones. Collection of ants demonstrates behavior more complex than the sum of its parts. Yeah, they are well known for that. So I think the best start here, I'm going to have to remove a bunch of these. Why does the mouse not actually... I seem to be unable to remove my nodes. That's a bit of a concern. What about the lurkers? No, I can put more lurkers down, but I can't delete them. What about these ones over here? No, still no. Well, I would interrupt Claude to fix it for me in the meantime, but I kind of want those other zones built, so in the meantime, I'm gonna hop over here and we're gonna start figuring out what we want in this other forest here, or in the forest canopy. Oh, that's not the select. That's not out of bounds rect. I'm just gonna figure this one out. I kind of think I might just make the forest canopy kind of like a large oval. It's a canopy, kind of. I mean, it's not really. But basically, we don't have a zone anything like this yet, so definitely doesn't hurt to add. I feel like this is basically what I spent yesterday doing as well. Which I don't mind. It's a very important part of this process. So one of the things I am going to need to figure out then is what is going to make this area feel special. Besides the fact that it's a wide open area. do, 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 do. How does this look? Wide open arena area, basically. I could segment them off. I could make it almost do like a spiral. Oh, I think I know what I might do with this area. I think this area might be kind of like a battle. Yeah. Because I have mobs can actually target other mobs. So what if I allow this area to be like a mob war zone almost? We'll have to figure out what mobs we're actually going to be putting in here. But this will make a good area to be less NPC combat farm heavy and more like mob battlefield roughly in the middle, mob encampments on the edges. Definitely not goblins. I don't want to hear any suggestions of goblins. I could always be lame and do people. People works, but like... Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely doing a forest battlefield though. 100% forest fight. Doing that. See, I can delete these nodes, no problem. It's just the other ones. Man, that makes me even more confused why I can't. Okay, now we've got those deleted. Do I want to start with mobs or do I want to start with... Anyways, I'll start with some forest goblins. Forest goblins and lurkers. Lurkers are kind of just all in corners. Okay, so those are a series of lurkers. I'm gonna drop in probably some forest wolf as well. And then I think we're going back to, well, one, we're doing a bunch of regular goblins around here. Completely forgot I gotta put a bunch of stuff down here too, otherwise that's gonna feel empty. Anyways, bunch of forest goblins, a bunch of regular goblins. Actually, does that make sense for this? We haven't even really gone and looked at overflow yet. So I know this part's barricaded, and it's kind of just going to end up being a goblin infested zone. And then we do need some woods as well. I'm trying to keep some of the large woods near the lurkers. We're just going to slowly layer these in, basically. So that's wood large. Then wood birch are going to be like around. Kind of near the spawn. And then spreading out from there. Really don't have much to say while I'm placing all of these. I am going to be adding like pine as well for this zone. I know we added a little bit, but That's not on boundary, right? Nope. Do, do, do. We basically want to make pine sort of more and more available around here as well. After all, this isn't necessarily the spawning area. Doesn't need to be all super low stuff. Also, although I do want to just, you know, drop in a couple of pine trees here and there in the spawning area. Not a lot, but a couple. I should also probably make it so that at some point selecting the node to place highlights what nodes, or like where nodes of that type are also placed. Do I not have? I don't have a higher tier of wood in my editor at the moment, which is a bit of an issue, but nothing we won't be able to deal with. First off, save these. And then we'll add some more buttercup, we'll add some other herbs as well, some ramblebras for once. Just again, in the more sketchy areas. Yeah, let's just put it out of bounds where you can't get it. And then we're not quite going to put any iron ore yet. So I'm gonna be making these look a little bit more like there's actual paths that are traveled. We'll save this and we'll go take a look at it, how crowded it actually is, because that's one thing that's really difficult to tell from here, is how crowded a place actually is. So if I close this down, restart the server, there's one other thing that I'm going to need to do first all, and that is open up the map editor again, so we can see where these zones were added. What the heck is this? Why are these all ungrouped? Why are they all ungrouped? Group beach, group beach, group beach. Group cliffs, group lighthouse, group ravine, group mountains. make the group files for them as well. Currently, they show up as ungrouped in the map. Well, that's annoying. That explains a lot, though. The ravine is kind of backwards, I want to say. Man, I am so tired right now. At least on the bright side, by having given them where things need to connect, they are in places. Why is that a zone? Those are decisions. Those are decisions for sure. Yeah, it's definitely nice with short hair in the summer, though. That's for sure. All right, I'm gonna reopen this and see if they're grouped correctly now. Okay, beach, cliffs, lighthouse, mountain, and ravine. Okay. Now I really have to move these around. I've always had this, though. Alright, I think the first part that's going to be the easiest to move around is going to be this. If it wants to let me resize anything... Oh, right, I have to actually hit the resize button. The beach starts from over here, and then goes all the way down. Not dealing with the length yet. I'm just kind of moving it around to where it needs to be. It's going pretty good. I'm exhausted right now, but I'm still trying to make some progress. Can I just move this whole group? Nope. Can't move all the way through, so that's gonna slowly go around. Let me move this. There we go. The cliffs are going to be kind of annoying to shape correctly. Especially if I can't ever grab the right spot. But yeah, how have you been as well? It's been a while. So... I'm gonna move the lighthouse like way down here. Way over here. Ah, that sounds fun. How is Death Stranding? I don't think I've ever played it. Actually, I know I've never played it. These are all terribly named. I'm just gonna like delete all of these because they are kind of pointless to have. Nice. I don't know. Can I remove these as well? That would be real nice. Gameplay is you're a FedEx driver that walks and you might die. Interesting. By the way, speaking of the motion sickness, have you seen what my game actually looks like, or just this map editor so far? It's just got all placeholder stuff, but it's still the expected style for it. Where's my out of bounds rect? Just the map. Well, let me save a couple of things here, and then save. And then I'm gonna hide this, pull up my game. Where was I again? Oh, right, I'm at the edge where I stopped developing the forest. FedEx Simulator, where you have to swerve to avoid young children running into the road and dodge pit bulls as you deliver packages. So you don't even get bonus points for hitting anyone? That's a shame. I have a pixel art style game because it's partially based off Realm of the Mad God. I just have a lot of placeholder stuff. Alright, the Goblin Swarm here is pretty good. Pretty good Goblin Swarm. I think this zone looks a lot better with all the trees in it now. Oh, there's all the lurkers. The forest lurkers. There's a forest wolf. I have no mana. I'm gonna die to the forest wolf. I completely died. Okay. Well, I didn't have anything important on me, at least. So. Why is there a mob? Oh, right, because... No, it was by a wolf. I don't have any mob or player sprites built at all yet. And I've just got very basic placeholders for most things. Just so that it at least looks like something. Because this is what I was using before. And then I put placeholders that have just had the words on them. Like you can see like this. And then the ground was all... It just said grass everywhere. And I got sick and tired of looking at it. So... Oh, right. I need to go get a fishing rod if I want to be able to... Wait, no, I have a fishing rod. Oh, there's a bunch of bugs. Come on, fish. There we go. Okay, didn't like me trying to fish while I have my skills open. That's an interesting bug. Anyways, yes, I really want to do manual map building. This is not going to be the largest map, but it's planned to be very dense. Also, I have something that might look a little familiar for how you cast spells. So, anyways, I'm going to minimize this and bring back the map editor. Nodes. Can't remove nodes. Editor not letting me remove nodes. The mouse sometimes isn't consistent with the area of grid that it is either. Multiple subzones. Zone. Up. X coordinate translation. Negatives as well as multiple sub zones. Also, if I use the select tool to select a lot of nodes at once, I want to be able to press delete to remove all of them together. There we go. Okay, back to probably just focusing on the map boundaries. So this one, I want to actually have extend really close to the spawn. This is why I wanted this gap in here. It should be accessible from basically the end of... Also, I can't just drag to move things. Basically, the cliffs are gonna go way along here. Ooh, I probably need a fourth cliff side. So if I move the cliffs down like this, gotta make sure that things are just lining up. I think those are lining up. Lighthouse is going to be down near the, basically near the end of, oh, near the end of the cliff face is the lighthouse. These are probably all gonna, oh no. These are probably all gonna move around a bit, but I'm putting them in sort of the general areas. Lighthouse grounds, actual lighthouse. And then there's actually going to be a basement. Well, I was actually planning on doing like what's it called? Speaking difficult, long day. What is it? An entire sort of labyrinth cave system below the lighthouse. One lighthouse main floor and like a upper level in the lighthouse, which I guess would be the beacon. So let me just drop this one off to the side. Gonna need more lighthouse stuff. But that should cover that one. Now the beach is basically you go down the beach, you get onto the cliffs, and then you can head over to the lighthouse. And I'm not sure what shape I really want for the beach yet. So I know this takes roughly roughly 3 minutes to run all the way around like that. So this should take a minute and a half. I think what I do is I attach the beach there. I give more room for the cliffs. So basically you go along the cliff side to get down to the beach. Sounds like how the beaches work to me. The cliff side, the beach. You're able to access the cliffs from the beach again, and then fight all the way down towards the lighthouse, which is on kind of an outcrop. I could always add another section of cliff sides going along there, because the mountains are going to come back over here. I wish I could zoom out more again. More beach can always be added later. Well, it's definitely not going to be through Steam. It is going to be fully accessible, but am I doing it for fun as well? Yes, everything I do is for fun, except for work. Although I do enjoy my work. Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. I don't dislike my work, at least. Okay, how do I figure this out? Mountain foothills, mountain pass, ravine. Actually, it would be better for me to boundary, right click. Please don't go there. I mean, it'll be how I choose to distribute it. It's just I'm not making guarantees yet. I just know that it's, you know, probably not going to be distributed through Steam. Because I am, for some reason, a fan of things that are difficult, and I want the extra challenge. So, you know, it is what it is, and what it is going to be a pain in the future. But that's for future me to figure out. So, future me's got this covered. Mountains. Alright, I might as well just start moving this stuff. Oh wait, nope, not the out of bounds. Not the out of bounds rectangles. Okay, so boundary, resize. Hey, that's not the one I wanted to move. So I know one of the things that has to happen is basically the mountains have to go all the way behind here. So this is going to be very boxy at first, but also it's probably better if I just remove all of these. and then go back to this. Nope, I'm not using a game engine. I'm using a thing that I've been working on and building. Everything's from scratch, except for graphics. I'm crazy, but I'm not insane. Although I did try to build the graphics engine from scratch and then decided that using one that already is optimized for graphics for GPUs. There we go. I can speak. For GPUs was a better idea. I'm gonna need more mountains. I'm gonna need a lot more mountains. Oh. I think Mountain Peak has to definitely go like really deep into the mountains. Otherwise, it's not really Mountain Peak, is it? The village is definitely near the Mountain Peak, though. That's for sure. It also doesn't help that well, it's probably actually a good thing. I only have a rough idea of how I want everything laid out, which means that things are going to change a lot. I had a lot more of a solid idea for how the combat and everything was going to work. And I'm probably jumping way ahead of myself by actually putting in all of the zones, considering I haven't even balanced the first zone. Don't move that. That will break everything. That would break everything. Okay, maybe I was wrong about it, thinking that it was going to be accessible from the forest. I think that's a dumb idea now. Now that I've sufficiently thought about it, that's a dumb idea. I need to get these over to... over out here. There we go. Gonna eat chips, so you will be lurking. Take it easy. Enjoy your chips. I'm probably gonna be done pretty soon because this was meant to be just a short stream since I'm very tired today. I also need to remember that I plan on making the village a lot bigger. Ravine Gorge over here. Get everything lined up. So other than the fact that I'm missing the entire like cave system for the danger pocket, as well as missing the entire cave system for the lighthouse and the cave system for, wow, I have a lot of cave systems. The cave system for Serenity. That's gonna be kind of the whole world map once the sizings get done. And this is sort of what I wanted to get done today. I wanted to get the map kind of blocked into what basically I wanted to get the whole map blocked into what I think is going to be included in it. The initial or the goals for this is kind of going to be the forest area should be like levels 1 through 10. Then the beach is also like levels 1 through 10-ish. So those two combined give you sort of all the low level content. The cliffs, the deep forest is also kind of part of the forest. The cliffs and the deep forest give you level 10 through 20-ish. The ravine and the ravines in the mountains kind of give you levels. I know I'm doing a max cap of level 30 because there's a bunch of different times you have to level. But the ravines the mountain and the lighthouse grounds, or I guess the lighthouse caverns, should get you 30-35. And then I know the danger pocket is 100% like post max level content, and there's specific very high level areas in the lighthouse, as well as Mountain Peak. So I kind of want one more area for the cliffs. I want one more area that comes over to kind of Serenity. Not all the way connecting to it, but just I think it would be good if the lighthouse jut out more and went over. Oh, I also forgot I have full screen. Let's go. Oh, that's great. I mean, when I full screen, you can't actually see all of it, but town is going to be town's going to have to be much larger, which is going to move some of this stuff around related to the cliffs and the beach especially. So with that all being said, I think that I'm actually for now going to make this fill up the entire map. Although I now don't have don't have a good way to... Ooh, I can't really edit the... Well, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I definitely have a lot of things that I need to do. But we've covered everything that I wanted to get done today, or at least we've gotten it all roughed out, gotten things figured out what we're doing for now. And now I'm gonna end my stream there just 'cause I'm real tired, I'm gonna be honest. So good progress today, good map editing, got things ready. We'll take another crack at things tomorrow. So thank you everyone for stopping by. Just realized also that I can't even be seen when I full screen that, you know.